Hello Pixie Doll, welcome back to my channel. I'm Crystal, aka the Wholesome Witch, and welcome also to this new series I'm trying out, Coffee Coven Chats. So I really want these chats to just be casual, where we sit and hang out, have a beverage, and talk about witchy topics, spirituality, holistic living, natural living, just life in general sometimes. Maybe my cat will make an appearance sometimes. And for our first Coffee Coven Chat, I want to just talk about not feeling witchy enough, or feeling like a vanilla witch, which I'm not sure if I made that up. I may have made it up. If you've ever heard the term vanilla witch before, please leave a comment, let me know. I haven't, and I just thought of it, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I was like, I don't know, it was something on social media. Anyways, it made me feel like I was a vanilla witch, which is not a basic witch, it's different, but in my mind anyway. So we're going to discuss a little bit about that, because not feeling witchy enough, I think, gets us all at some point along our spiritual path, spiritual journey. And if you're currently not feeling that connected to your path, or not feeling witchy enough, so to speak, I definitely understand. I've been there. I still get there sometimes, which is crazy ridiculous, since I was doing the maths yesterday. And I have identified with the word and term and label witch for almost 30 years, guys. That's a long time. Anyway, and I still feel this way sometimes. So trust me, I understand. We've all been there. If this topic sounds interesting to you, please feel free, pause the video, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into it. So first, I'll just talk a little bit about the term I used a minute ago, vanilla witch. So vanilla, when someone's vanilla, they're boring, right? They're boring, they're not exciting. So sometimes when you read books or see TV shows that are obviously not usually realistic, or see social media accounts, you will start to compare yourself. It's human, we can't help ourselves. So I still do this sometimes even, and I was doing it a couple weeks ago, and I thought, wow, I'm really a vanilla witch, aren't I? So I guess my practice is boring. Maybe it's boring. I focus on practical magic, kitchen witchcraft, things that I do in my everyday life that are just part of my routine, they're part of my habits. It involves a lot of practical tools, things I have around the house, being connected with nature, and I don't do things like ceremonial magic. I never really connected with it. I love learning about it. I love talking to people who that's what they practice, because it's fascinating to me, but it never resonated. Things that you might call high magic never really resonated with me. I also don't do hexing or baneful magic. If you follow me anywhere, my blog, my Instagram, wherever here, you'll see nothing about hexing or baneful magic. It's not where I want to place my energy, and I'm not saying that it's wrong to do those things, absolutely not. It's part of some people's practice, and that's totally fine. It's just not what resonates with me, and that's topic for a whole other Coffee Coven chat if you want me to talk about why I don't do hexing or baneful magic. Let me know in the comments, and I'll add it to my rotation. So I know there's balance, there's dark and light in life and in magic. So don't get it twisted. I know people who are all love, light, and positivity get some flack, because, you know, that's not life. But in my practice, I do come at it from a place of light and positivity, because that's what I want in my life. So that's where my practice is going to go. The type of practical magic I do, and maybe you do if you're listening to this video, is what would maybe be considered low magic. So using practical tools, doing things like kitchen witchery, maybe not doing 2-hour-long rituals where you're in robes under the full moon and, you know, around a bonfire or something like this. None of my stuff is that elaborate. And my stuff isn't very aesthetic. When I'm doing rituals and things, they don't look like social media. My altar doesn't look like social media. And if yours doesn't, that's okay. You don't have to do the things that stereotypically is tied to a witch, what they look like, how they live their life, the things they do. A lot of witches practice the kind of stuff that I just mentioned, and it's practical. They're using things from their kitchen. They're giving thanks to nature in the morning. They're sitting in the sun and just appreciating it, living in the moment, being present, working with herbs. And I say working with herbs, just another caveat of being a vanilla witch, maybe a basic witch, I don't grow all my own herbs and vegetables or flowers. I don't grow much of anything. I do not have a green thumb. I don't have a green thumb, and this has often made me feel like I was failing as a witch because I don't have plants growing all over my kitchen or in my yard. I buy these things, and that's okay. You can buy them too, and you can buy your oils, and you don't have to be making all of your things from scratch. In order to be witchy enough. Just like you don't need to be a 5-star chef to be a kitchen witch. Like, you can just be heating stuff up on the stove, throwing things in a microwave, using smoothies to put your magic into, you know? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be what social media might make you think you need to be in order to be considered a witch, or in order to be considered good enough, or to make your practice valid. All the stereotypical witchy things. You don't need to wear all black all the time, or flowy dresses, or however you might think a witch looks. You can wear jeans and joggers and live in hoodies, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not what your practice is about. It's not part of your practice. You don't have to have a perfect, beautiful altar. That's nice, and I love that. I love aesthetic altars. I love aesthetic witchcraft. I follow so many accounts just, for the pleasure of looking at their beautiful rituals or their beautiful altars. But my practice doesn't look like that, and your practice doesn't have to look like that. I don't really share my actual ritual work because, one, it's not aesthetic. It's me in the moment being very organic and doing things as I go often. And if you follow me on Insta or on here I mostly do talking heads, but in other socials you won't see me do videos of ritual work, or you really probably won't see my altar. I should show my altar sometime. It's not fancy. I'm not a fancy girl. Not even in my real life, not in my magical practice. I'm pretty low maintenance, I like to think anyway. All that to say, your craft, your practice doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It's not supposed to be. It should be something you connect with. It should be organic even. I said a minute ago, my stuff is often very organic. And it is. I don't go into my rituals with a plan, or at least not much of one. I will often do simmer pots or spell jars, or I craft oils and mists that I use in my practice, or do something like a money bowl. And I will gather certain ingredients that I want to have for the ritual, for the energies. But other than that, I go into it with nothing. I just go into it with my intention in mind. And if I have a few elements that I want to add in, like a certain color candle or some herbs or whatnot, I'll have those. But as far as words, motions, what I'm gonna do as the actual ritual, I just get in there and do it. I say what comes to my mind. I speak to the universe, I speak to nature. Another side note, you don't need to work with deities to be a real witch. Lots of witches do not work with deities. If you think you have to, please get that out of your mind right now. You might see lots of posts and things, or just out there, of people working with deities and think, that doesn't resonate with me. I don't do that. I'm doing something wrong because of that. And you're not. You don't have to resonate with any deity or connect with any deity. When I do my rituals, I talk to nature, Mother Earth. I talk to the universe. I talk to spirits that might be around me. Maybe my dad is, watching over me. But as far as certain deities or angels or demons or whatever, I don't work with any. And you don't have to either. Just in case that was one other thing that was making you feel like you were lesser than or not good enough. You and your practice are truly enough. If you hear the term witch and see things about that term connected with it that resonate with you, that is enough. You don't need to do any of these things for your practice to be valid, for you to have success in your ritual work, in your magical practice, for it to make a difference in your life. It's going to do those things. You're going to find success in it. You're going to see a difference in your life. You don't have to do rituals every day. You don't have to, like I said, wear black or follow deities. You don't have to do 2-hour-long rituals or very specific ceremonies where you're wearing certain things, standing in a certain direction, calling all the quarters. You don't have to do all of that for your practice to be valid and powerful. What should resonate is the term witch. If you feel like a witch, you're a witch. You should feel connected to nature. Try and cultivate your connection to the elements. Live sustainably. Try to be kind to everyone and all of our Earth's inhabitants. Have compassion. Be mindful and present. Do your practice in a way that fits you and your lifestyle and your values. Everyone has a different path. Everyone is going to be very unique in their path. Don't compare yourself to social media witches. I mean, a lot of them, they're doing it for the views, they're doing it for the likes. They maybe want to put some inspiration out there as well, of course, but that's not what their practice looks like. That's not what their life looks like. It's not real. It's social media. I mean, it might be parts of their practice and their life, and I'm not saying people don't have beautiful altars in their practice, because they do. I do aspire to have one. I'm just not on it at the moment. I mean, it's there. And it has meaningful stuff on it, and that's what really matters. And if you have an altar, that, should be what matters also. Put things on it that are meaningful to you, that connect to your practice. They don't have to be beautiful. They don't have to be filled with expensive things either. You don't need all the fancy tools. Use things you have. Use things that mean something to you and your intentions. Your intentions and your energy, and, that's what really matters. And being a witch for me it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's not something I do only on the full moons, or it's not something I do, just during the festivals, the Wheel of the Year, which I love, by the way. And that's obvious in my content also. But it's something that I weave into every day, and, I use food, I use herbs that I buy. I don't grow them. I connect with nature and give thanks to nature every morning. But these are little things that I do throughout my day. I connect with elements during my workouts. I wear crystals like they're going out of style. Every day I choose crystals for my intentions. And some people even consider that a basic witch or vanilla witch. They're too new agey for some people, but not for me. I love them. Give me some new age stuff. I'm all about it. It's good. Or I will, wear certain essential oils for my intentions for that day. I use affirmations, journaling. But for some, this, might not resonate, and that's okay too. I'm not saying that it's a better way. It's not. I'm just saying it's the way that I do it. And sometimes maybe it doesn't feel witchy enough if I'm looking at other people or reading certain books that are like super serious books, or seeing those perfect social media accounts that look like they're doing ritual every single day and meditating for 2 hours and all these things. You don't have to do any of that. Just do you, as they say. As long as it's meaningful and it's uplifting your life, it's serving you and your intentions and where you want to be and connecting you to nature and this big universe that we're part of, you're good. And if you want to, have reading books just be a big part of your practice, that's okay too. Maybe you do rituals just once a month. Like, you don't have to do them all the time. So yeah, and if you're just starting, like, soak it up, learn, see what resonates with you. If you think you have to do, certain things and you're like, well, I have to do this, even though it doesn't feel right for you, it doesn't feel like it works with your, path, then leave it and, move on to the next thing, learn something else. With any book you read, take what resonates and leave the rest. You don't have to do everything in a book to make your practice right or to make it worthy or successful, because I don't think I've ever read one book when I thought at the end of it the whole book was just perfect for me. I don't know if I have, except maybe the one I wrote, The Witch's Guide to Wellness. Now that one, I mean, I wrote it, so everything in it does resonate with me. But, it's coming from me, so yeah. But I've read so many books and I love taking from different books in different places and just being inspired. So be inspired and, follow a witchy account and read all the books. But don't think your practice has to look exactly like the book or exactly like whoever's social media account. It doesn't. It needs to look like you. And you are unique and your path is unique. Your practice should be just as unique and special as you are. So own your practice, own your light, step into your power, and stop doubting yourself, stop comparing yourself, stop thinking about what you should be doing. You should be doing whatever you feel like doing and whatever you can manage at any point in your life, because sometimes in life you're going to have more energy and focus to put towards your spiritual growth and your spiritual journey. And sometimes in life, you're just not going to have the time or, the mind power. Maybe it's going to be going somewhere else for a time. My path over the last so many years that I mentioned in the beginning of this video has been very up and down. It's shifted, it's evolved, it's changed. I've had periods of time where I hardly connected to my spiritual side at all, and periods of time where I connected very deeply. And that's life. The ebbs and the flows. Just enjoy the journey. Own it. Step into it. Yeah. So if my kind of practice resonates with you, if the term vanilla witch makes you feel seen a little bit, you'll probably like what I have to share here on Instagram, wherever. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of these upcoming Coffee Coven Chats. Let me know in the comments if this style of video resonates with you, if you like the style of video, if I should keep doing them even. I think I like it. I like not going so much by a script. I might just start doing all my videos with no script. I don't know, everyone says you should use a script, but this is all very new to me still, and I might ditch them, have to say. I do find them limiting. Anyways, if you're still watching, thank you so much for being here. My gratitude to you, listening to me ramble for, I don't know, however long this video is going to be, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes? I have no idea. I don't know how long I've been talking. Anyways, thank you for being here. And yeah, if you like the series, subscribe down below. I will link my blog and my socials down below as well in case you want to follow along anywhere else or check them out. And I'm sending you many, many blessings. I will see you next time. Bye.